Welcome everybody. This is International Gaming Affairs YouTube podcast thing. My name is Keith. This is the first podcast edition of the show. We're also going to have game walkthroughs, reviews. I'm going to be playing a lot with my fiance Kara, funny clips, random interactions with people online, and of course you. If you want to get involved with IGA, you can find me at IGA Podcast on Twitter or internationalgamingaffairs at gmail.com. If you want to send a line, you can send questions for anything you want us to talk about, any topics on mind, anything coming up, or if you want to hop online and play with us, we're going to be on Xbox One, Wii U, PlayStation 4, 360, PS3, anything you want. This is I'm trying to build a community of people either podcasting or playing video games. It doesn't matter, just having fun. Obviously trying to make it comedic and entertaining for you. Today's first essential episode, I guess you'd call it, is with my friend Craig, who I met online, giggity, and it wasn't at farmersmeat.com. It was from a different podcast, a Nashcast, my friend Scott Nash, and he introduced me, and we've been friends ever since, and essentially we had recorded 3 hours worth of audio, and then I found out that, of course, I fucked up because that's what I do. This is all new to me. Excuse me while I beat these motherfuckers, because I'm also Batman, by the way. But we had talked for 3 hours straight of just no topics or anything at all. And I realized that I wasn't recording him. I was only recording myself because I'm a self-centered piece of shit. And I just got tackled. So we hopped back online, went for an hour straight, and I don't even need to edit anything. It was just a great conversation. It was funny. It was a lot of topical things, but he's a great guy. He's funny as hell. I'm not sure if he's part of any other podcast, but he's going to be obviously a staple of this one, as well as Scott Nash. He couldn't be here this week, but it was a great conversation. It's pretty damn funny, if I can say so myself. I was part of it, so, and like I said, I find myself, I'm all right. But that doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. If this is the second time, if you saw the first demo episode, stay with us. Please subscribe. I'm not trying to do anything except start a gaming community for everybody to have fun in. But thank you for listening and watching, whichever way you're doing it. And please stick around and enjoy. All right, thanks, guys.
Not
You're-
tweet. Fucking WhatsApp. Oh dear.
Oh, you're on WhatsApp too. You should well, don't tell me right now because I just started recording, but you should get my number.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we can communicate too.
Send it to me on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter and I'll add you, dude. Well, I better take advantage of WhatsApp while I can because the UK government are trying to fucking ban it
Really?
because they're retarded. Yeah, because it's using an encrypted. Because all WhatsApp messages are encrypted. That means that they can't see them. So they're trying to. They are trying to make them illegal in this country, which is fucking dumb.
Wow.
David Cameron is the biggest fucking arse clown of all time.
Holy
I
shit.
hate that guy. You know, granted you've got Obama and that's pretty fucking bad. Yeah. And that's nothing to do with him being black. That's just because the guy's a dick, and he's clearly sold out for the money. It's nothing to he's done. I can't think of one thing that guy's done for you since he's been in office that's positive. I really can't. He's just made a complete clusterfuck of everything.
Well, the words being in office, when you get to being president, that you are nothing more than a sold out figurehead anyway, because you have to get all this money raised for you and all your promotions and everything. And who's paying for that? Oh, I don't know, oil companies and all the big market companies that are gonna essentially, you're gonna be in their pocket once you get hired because they gave you all that money to run your fucking campaign. That's just nothing.
Exactly.
The way everything's set up nowadays, there's no way you can change it because it's set up for the big business companies to win, and there's no way around it right now.
It's very similar in this country as well, with that, but the big parties are separated a little bit differently. The Conservatives, they are backed by big businesses and they get donors from all sorts of people, mostly wealthy individuals.
Right.
And then you've got, because we don't have a two-party system, we have like a many-party system, but there's only two realistically that can win it. And then you got Labour, who they're like their next nearest. They're an absolute fucking mess. They were Tony Blair's party when he was in charge, and they used to be like heavily influenced by unions, working people. As the name implies, they are there for the working people, or supposed to be. Tony Blair slowly eroded that and made what a lot of people called New Labour, which was just now Labour. And they have influences as well, you know, from businesses, but mostly they get it from the unions. And the unions, as I'm sure you have it in your country as well, they're only out for themselves. They've got no actual consideration for the people they're supposed to represent. So it's all fucking corrupt. It's just ridiculous.
I hate
the fact
anything.
that we can still play the system.
Right? I hate everything and anything to do with politics. It's the most meaningless piece of shit thing there is in this planet. Anything that starts like anything that is getting fucked with starts and ends with politics.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But let's not talk about politics, 'cause I hate that shit.
Yeah,
I'm already mad for losing
I
all
feel
that audio, and the last thing I want to talk about is Kim Kardashian in fucking politics.
Do you know what? I'm really quite sad right now because I'm on NBA Live and they've got Allen Iverson available on the Legends, but I do not have enough coin to get him. And he's rated 97. Why am I not surprised? Oh god, what a player. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, fuck off. Shaquille O'Neal's 98. What fucking planet are you from? There's no way Shaquille O'Neal was more talented than fucking Allen Iverson. You can fuck off. That's like saying that, I don't know, fucking Nikolai Valuev in the boxing was more talented than Floyd Mayweather. Don't be fucking stupid. This is retarded. Yes, he was bigger and that's why he was more dominant. That doesn't mean he's a better player.
It's all based on size.
Let's see you.
In commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. And movies. Because obviously he made that fucking terrible Shazam movie, didn't he?
Yeah, it's all magic.
You know, yeah. Let's take both Allen Iverson and Shaquille O'Neal, put them on a court, and then get them to take 3 throws and see who wins.
I was gonna say we should put him in politics. Let's just fuck it. Let's really mix up the game.
No, for what? Yeah, no, Shaquille would win just because he's most popular. He's more popular. So, fucking all the Lakers fans would vote for him. We're fucked. He's got no chance. Yeah. Even though I did leave them, he'd still get voted. You know, oh, he won a 3. You know, so yeah, he's still a dick.
All right.
Well, he's not a dick. I'll clarify that. But from what I understand, from him in the Kobe Bryant saga, from when they were together, oh god, they're so up themselves. Both of them, it's just like, oh, both of them are twats. Shaquille O'Neal just comes across as a big drama queen, like he's a diva. Like everything needs to be his way, or he just throws a fucking wobbler and steams off.
I try to stay away from celebrities as much as possible. Like they are in a different world in their fucking heads that they just don't. It's like what we were talking about earlier with like how you get like self-awareness. How I got more self-awareness when I started like vaporizing weed, because like I would seeing my surroundings and how I interact. They have none of that. They're just told they're the greatest thing ever since like birth, because they're already like when Shaquille O'Neal popped out, he was probably already like what 5 feet tall or something like that. His mother probably her uterus and her fucking belly have become one thing. So like when if she's getting fatter, it's just actually just blood buildup from her not having full fucking monthly periods or some shit like that from the size of the fucking guy that came out of her fucking twat. But if there might be a little bit of vileness in my tone just because I'm so pissed off at the amount of audio that we had lost earlier, so forgive me. But
it's funny though, dude.
Scott's gonna have no,
so
when he
funny.
actually comes in and starts playing, he has no idea what he's gonna be walking into.
He's gonna expect this sort of shit from me, not from you. It's gonna be a complete curveball. He's not gonna expect it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the cheerful one.
He's gonna get signed off. Was it just me? It was Keith, a little cunt today. Well.
Oh no. Now this is an insult. This is an insult. Oh god, I'm looking right now at Magic Johnson. Okay, on you know, legend. We were talking about him earlier on in all the audio we lost. He is rated lower than Shaquille O'Neal. There is no fucking way in this universe.
What
that
about free
Magic
throws?
Johnson,
Did they just throw that stat out the window, or?
3 throws, 3 points, speed, anything you want. Like, except for being
Speed.
massive and tall. You know, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, I think, has got maximum dunking stats. And let me have a look. But you didn't fucking expect that. He was like one of the biggest players to ever play in the fucking league. Come on. He's definitely the heaviest. I know he's the heaviest.
Really?
There's ever been. So, yeah.
Have you ever seen the picture of like Shaquille O'Neal standing next to his? I'm not sure if they're married or if they're just girlfriend and boyfriend or whatever. But have you seen? Dude,
I haven't. No.
she is like 5'0". Like, if you somehow fit
She's
that
a cock
thing,
warmer. That's it.
right? She is a condom. That is all she is. She is not a human when she's having sex with him. She is a fucking human condom where her skin just fits around and protects everyone else from getting pregnant, not herself. I don't even.
Yeah, so he's just using her as something so he can fuck something a lot bigger.
She might
Like-
not have
like
even
a
been
killer
like.
whale or something.
She might not even be willing. This might all be forced. Like, there's like, I'm sorry, man, but we need you. We need you. Like, Tom Cruise came up to her like, you have one mission, and it is to not get everyone else pregnant by Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh dear, that's really fucking funny.
Actually, I kind of like that. I got
Oh.
a little more vile now. I got some vitriol in me now because of the current events.
Oh, I'm actually crying a little bit again through laughter. It's fucking brilliant. No, I'm just getting annoyed. I can't look at this. The people at like the NBA live game, they need to be taken outside and given a good fucking slap. There's
Yeah.
no way in a million years. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, keep going. You're on.
No, I was going to say, because they've got, not only they've got Magic Johnson and Allen Iverson, two of the most talented players ever to have played in the NBA, but this is just for John Stockton. John fucking Stockton from the Utah Jazz. Fucking, oh, God.
I don't even know who that
He's
is.
not even better than him. John Stockton is like the reason why the Utah Jazz in the late 90s were actually getting in the playoffs. You know, he is the reason. Sole reason, and he would be an NBA champion if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. If it weren't for Michael Jordan and to a lesser extent Scottie Pippen, he almost certainly would have been an NBA champion.
Oh wow.
Point being, he was so fucking ridiculously good. But Shaquille O'Neal apparently is better according to NBA, according to the EA. Fuck you! You do not know what you're talking about. They should get me to do this shit. Shaquille O'Neal was one of the most dominant players in league history, for sure. He's definitely one of the more talented players. I'll give, because obviously he did have other skills and stuff. He was a phenomenal blocker. He was really good defensively. Rebounds, I mean, God, just forget it. But wasn't the quickest. You know, couldn't shoot. You know, he couldn't shoot off a dribble. He couldn't fucking shoot a 3-throw to save his life. You know, he's the last person on the planet if you needed someone to shoot 1 3-throw to save your life, you're not going to call him. You're probably going to call, if Michael Jordan's not available, you're probably going to call Kobe Bryant, even though he's a dirty rapist.
He'd force it in.
Yeah, he'd force it in. Oh God. Oh dear. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
No, in all seriousness, though, you'd want someone like that, you know, someone like that, but not Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal had plenty of other skills, just that was not it.
Man,
Fucking, oh
you
God.
can talk basketball all day, man. I barely know anything, but you are all over that shit. But
Oh, fuck me, man. It's one of my sports, as I said earlier. It's I love it, and I just get mad when I get mad over certain sports. I mean, I'm sure you get it with like certain hockey players. And like, what the fuck is he rated that so highly there?
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how accurate it is. But I mean, you must get like, what the fuck? How is that guy even rated that? What fucking planet are you from? They definitely have bias. They
Yeah.
definitely have bias.
Oh
for
yeah,
certain
without a doubt.
players. That's for sure.
They're EA Sports, I think, is they're like we're all done making money, so we're just gonna come out with the most horrible shit ever. They fucking the hockey game. How you cannot play online co-op or have a fucking schedule to play with. I love one of my favorite things to do when I used to live with Steve, is that him and I before a hockey game we'd obviously start drinking, but we'd pop in the NHL, whatever year it was, and play the game beforehand, and we'd follow the schedule the entire way through. Now they don't even have the schedule set up there. Like, you can't do that whatsoever. It's like, why is there no season mode? There's like GM mode, and like you can fuck with vendors and make stadiums and things like that, but you can't play the season, which is what the whole game is supposed to be revolved around. Go suck my fat fucking cock, EA, because you've done nothing but ruin sports series for like the past 2 or 3 years. They're doing the same thing with Madden too. You can't play the season mode.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, I don't remember a time. I haven't. I got FIFA this year only through the EA Access program, which is good. I'll give them that. That is good because you get at least Battlefield 4, so you get at least one decent game out of it. But for the most, I was playing FIFA the other day, and it doesn't follow the schedule for FIFA either. So either there's something that's preventing them from doing it, like the leagues are saying they can't have it, or they're just lazy bitches. And I think it's probably just the latter. I don't see why the league would interfere with why you would, because you're having the teams in there anyway. You're already licensed, so I can't imagine there'd be any problem with you having. Oh yeah, you can't actually play each other. You can't have Chelsea play Liverpool, for example. No. You've got to play somebody in Spain or some shit. I can't imagine anything like that. But I know what you're saying. It is frustrating.
It's like they have all the players on like some strange European Canadian league, but they won't have co-op. What the fuck? Like players that nobody's ever heard of, or I don't even know half the fucking countries that they're coming from. But nope, they got those. It's all because they keep coming out with this shit on a yearly basis annually, and they don't have the time, or they probably just don't care because they know that people are going to buy it regardless. So.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, dude. I think you're absolutely spot on. They blatantly do, because they just dress it up every year, different shit. That's why I'm not going to get the new NBA Live game when it comes out. I'm going to get 2K 16, which comes out next month. Definitely getting that. They've actually gone. The guys at 2K have gone like the full hog with it this year. I was looking online, and they've done a really good job. Like they've done full body scans of I think like most of the players that are in the game, which is a fucking achievement in itself. I mean, how many players play in the fucking NBA? Well, it's got to be at least 400-500 players.
I was gonna say at least 12.
Got to be, isn't it? Yeah, well, 12 per team. So there's 30 teams. Fucking hell, yeah. And then you've got reserves, and you've got free agents, and you've got all that shit. So yeah. And I just like I just like the way that 2K plays as well. Like NBA Live, for some reason, they've made it so it's nigh on and fucking impossible to dunk, which is the most retarded shit ever. It's like, yeah, granted, it's not on every shot thing. Most points are coming off of rebounds or layups. They're being tipped in, whatever. Yeah, I get that. You don't have to make it so it's fucking impossible to dunk. You just, what the fuck is that shit?
Right.
The amount of times I've on a fast away break that I've got on this game, I've gone through, and in real life it's a dunk. Imagine it's Kobe Bryant and he's breaking away, no one's in front of him. There's no way in a million years he's going to miss that fucking shot.
Right.
If there was an in-play market, they would stop taking bets on it because it would be ridiculous, But for some reason, EA have decided, no, the defending team need to have a chance. When they fuck up, they need another chance. So they need to be able to run 2 miles an hour faster than you and block your shot without fouling you. I'm like, yeah, I can see how that works. So, yeah, EA have broken a lot of shit. Well, I've said on Scott's podcast many times, I've got an absolute fucking hatred for EA.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I bought their EA Access program, but I purely did that out of curiosity, and the fact they had Battlefield 4. Fortunately, they only publish that game. It's actually DICE, who they do own, make that game, but at least DICE tend to make decent stuff for the most part. EA rant over now. Who else can we go after? Who else don't we like very much?
I know. I got it. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it.
Let's go after another games or Activision. Let's go after Activision because I fucking hate Activision.
I don't even know what
Thank
Activision
you for ruining
makes
a brilliant
anymore.
franchise.
What is Activision making anymore?
Well, they like EA. They own a bunch of studios. So, Call of Duty. They've got they don't own Bungie. Yeah, they don't own Bungie, but they're in an exclusive agreement with them. Who else they've got? I mean, they've got that Neversoft me. I mean, they made all their money basically from the Tony Hawk series. Do you remember those?
Oh
games?
yeah.
Did you ever play them?
Hell yeah, dude. Those fucking.
They're making another one. They're making a Tony Hawk's 5, I believe. I'm like, how old is Tony Hawk now? He's got to be like 70. Yeah, he's got to be like fucking 400 by now.
Shit, look at these.
It's like, is he even still shredding?
I think. Well, he's retired, but I think he still goes at it. Why am I just fucking?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Activision, they're another one that just that Guitar Hero series, and they fucking raped the shit out of that, ruined it, so people got fucked off with it. They stopped buying it. They're like, oh, we better stop doing this because people don't like it so much anymore. You know, I think it's getting that way with Call of Duty, isn't it? Call of Duty, I remember Call of Duty used to be a fairly decent franchise, and then they made fucking Black Ops.
Oh yeah, that was the beginning of the end. Like Modern Warfare, and I think 1 or 2 was like where I stopped. I was like, all right, I'm done with this bandwagon.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 1 is the best Call of Duty of all time. I really like that one. That was fantastic. That was when Infinity Ward was still Infinity Ward before they got they got basically splintered, and half of them went to Respawn and made that fucking horrible Titanfall game. And then, again, another EA fucking pile of shit.
You don't like Titanfall?
No, fuck that shit. It's garbage. It's like, the fuck is this? Is it a shooter or is it a mech fucking driver game? What the fuck are we doing? What game are we playing here? Come on, sort it out. I didn't get the whole mechanic behind it. I'm like, why don't you just make it a shooter? And then for it to be the way it was, I was like, no, this is just rubbish. And I remember because it's an Xbox One exclusive, isn't it? Only Xbox One get it. And I at the time, when I was before I decided to get an Xbox One, I was like, well, the Xbox can keep that then. They can have that shit because I played it, tried it out. I'm like, this game is garbage.
I remember when I first started playing that game, I didn't even realize that all the people I was killing weren't actually people. They were just like bots. I was like, they have bots in here? Like, shouldn't they have just like let more people join in on the game instead of playing fucking bots? Like,
no, I think they had people in the beginning, and then people realised, oh, this game is shit. They had to make more bots. They were like, fuck, nobody wants to play this game. This game sucks. That's actually on the EA Access program now. That's obviously doing so well. you know a game's near at the end of its cycle now if it's in the EA Access program, because FIFA came out on it right before the end of the season, so they were like, oh yeah, our shit's well out of date now, so we can put that there.
Fire away.
Yeah, far away. Because Madden makes an unfathomable amount of money, but I would wager that FIFA makes way more. You know, I mean, it's the most popular fucking
in the world. Yeah,
it's most watched entertainment form on the planet. I mean, I would put money on it, but Madden still makes a fuckload of money, so I can only imagine what FIFA makes. I mean, that's why they keep making that garbage. But unfortunately, the only other competition they've got is Pro Evo, or I think it's Winning 11. You've got it over there, haven't you? I don't know if it's called Pro Evo over there. But that's garbage. Absolute garbage.
I remember what is
2K
your...
need.
Do you ever do you have like a game that you actually like based on its like artistry, rather as well as
the way it looks?
Well, not like that, like the style of like where they actually went ahead to try and make something different, change gameplay, change visual, something like that. Like, do you have a game where you would look at and you go, "This is the game. This is what they were looking to do. They did it. They didn't worry about like outside." They fulfilled
their vision.
Exactly, and they didn't have like any outside influences, fucking with them.
That's tough. That's tough. That's really tough, actually, to say. And I hate to say it, but I don't think it'll be on an Xbox or on a Microsoft console. PC games would probably be a lot easier. There's a few. Oh no, actually, that Child of Light game.
Oh yeah, I love
Ubisoft,
that game, dude. Hell yeah.
That game seems like that's really pretty game, and that looks really good, and that feels good, and it feels like it's quite well received. So I think that's probably a game I would say is up there. It's one of them.
One of my favorite things about that game is that like they I mean I like RPGs, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to turn-based, there's only a few that I really
like would go out of my way to purchase or like, because I like real-time action adventure games, things like that. But the way that they made it so you could interrupt somebody's attack because it was all turn-based, I love that. That was such an awesome addition to that game, and it really changed the way that I could look at an
Plays
RPG
well,
game.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool, and like you actually have to like, and it's timing, and it's paying attention, and you know, all that bullshit. But I just thought they actually added something new to a game that, you know, I wish was more in more games now because of what they have done with it, where usually it's just somebody rehashing an old idea.
Yeah. No, it's not 100% original, but it's unique.
Yes.
I would say that for sure.
Well, just that specific thing though.
It's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that their art direction is really nice as well, because it's a pretty game to look at, and there's no actual there's very little in the way of audio dialogue, like, but it's such a nice game to look at. You don't mind. You're just like, this is really pretty, and I liked it. I thought it was actually really good. I would have said another games that the Arkham series, mostly the first two, they both went in a direction that I liked.
Yeah.
And it felt like they stayed quite true to the series, and I like that.
They did hijack the combat from like Assassin's Creed, but other than that, it's way better than Assassin's Creed.
Oh, it's much better than Assassin's Creed.
Way better. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry to make that comparison, but they definitely hijacked an element of it. But one of the games that I would go back to, where just visually, gameplay, the game itself, the story, everything about the game to me is perfection. It's one of my favorite games of all time is Okami. Have you ever heard of Okami?
Oh yeah. I had Okami. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good game, dude. That's one of my like the visuals on it.
I've still got it somewhere.
It's like everything was hand painted on like that old style Japanese, where the like the scrolls that they used to use, and that's what the game looks like. And it's just, and the whole game is like all your powers are based on using paintbrushes, and you paint things on these scrolls, and that's how you activate. Just such a beautiful game, such an awesome story. Everything about it. I mean, as far as like remaking games, I'm not really like, I don't like a bunch of them. I mean, when there's something really good like that, though, fire away. I'll buy that again any day.
Yeah. It has to be like that, though, doesn't it? It has to be. Well, I mean, like they're redoing Final Fantasy VII, which I think, to be honest, is been a long time coming. Everybody's wanted it, and I'm just like, admittedly, they're probably going to make some changes people aren't going to like. But I think what a lot of people have to realise is the market's moved on, or games have evolved a lot since '97.
Right.
So we have to remember that. But that's another game, like, at the time was quite revolutionary. Like, it moved, I mean, storyline wise, I don't think it's the best of Final Fantasies. I'm probably committing a massive, like, social hoo-hoo here to some people, because some people go, "It's fucking, there's nothing wrong with it, it's perfect." It's like, no, there are plenty of holes in it. And I'm not the biggest fan of the story, but I liked the way it played, and I liked, you know, you felt like you were in control of something. And one of the games that I really like, that I really fell in love with, I got obsessed with it, Skyrim, like the from Elder Scrolls. I got a save on my Steam account for about 400 hours.
Jeez.
At the moment, just one save. I've spent so much time on that game, and that's another game that went in a particular direction. They carried it forward. And I like that a lot, and I like the way it played. I thought the storyline was quite good. I thought the characters were brilliant. I like the amount of customization, and then when you got on the PC as well, you got all the mods and stuff. Oh god,
just don't talk about the PlayStation version.
I had the PlayStation version.
Oh no!
I found out to my detriment how bad it was. It's like, because they had RAM issues with it, didn't they? And they couldn't get the expansions to work on it, and that's why they had to delay it like really bad. But the Dragonborn, not the Dragonborn, sorry, the what's the one with the vampire? Well, I've fucking forgotten it. I've got it, and I've fucking forgotten the name of it. The expansion with the vampires, one of the best fucking expansions I've ever played. It was fantastic. I like being a vampire. I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, fuck being a Dawn Guard. It's like, I'll get a crossbow. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Or I can turn into a fucking giant monster and suck the life out of people. And admittedly, when you became that a vampire lord, fighting dragons became very trivial. It's just like, yeah, I piss all over this dragon now. Like, I'll take on Alduin, no problem. I'll fight him in my sleep, you know. But I thought the Skyrim itself was a very, very good game. I like the art direction. It wasn't the prettiest game, but when you look at it on the scale that you had, such a fucking good game. And there's something idyllic about it. I've got this obsession, like, of just moving, like, to the fucking woods. Like,
Oh, dude, you gotta come
just,
here.
like, fucking cut. Yeah, dude, I so would. Cutting fucking logs and shit. I do shit like that all day long. Go proper Rocky 4. You know?
Go to Russia.
No, yeah, maybe not Russia. I'd probably come to the States. Speak the common language. You know what I mean? Plus, the Russians are a little bit sketch. I'll tell you what,
That's a little.
they're a little bit sketch. So I'll pass on that. But you get the point. There's something about Skyrim that you know, because of the way where it is, and I just love it. It's just so good.
Dude, you gotta play Witcher.
it's one
Because Witcher has everything that's
I've
great about
played it.
that. Oh god, it's so good.
I played
it's
it.
like it's
I didn't like it as much as a lot of other people did, but I thought it was decent. I thought it was very good. I don't know. I just didn't quite. I didn't quite attach to it as I did with Skyrim or anything else before that I might have got attached with. But it was still very good. It's still one of the. It's probably even over Batman. I'd say it's game of the year right now. Because it's that good. I don't own it because I didn't. I thought to myself, I don't really want to get too much into a game right now. There's so much going on. Like Amanda would tell you, she will tell you how many hours I spent on Skyrim. She never. So some days she didn't see me at all. Like, unless I went to the toilet or something, you know. It's like
to me.
I've lived with her for 3 years. One Sunday she didn't even see me.
It's like 1 year is just
crazy.
missing. It's just missing time. You're not even there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was such a good game. That's what I like. Escapism. I'll be honest. I wrote a whole blog thing on it ages ago, long time ago. I like the whole escapism part of gaming, and that's when they, you know, for me, I don't think gravitate towards the Wii, the original Wii. I didn't gravitate towards it because I'm like, no, I don't want to be active. The whole point is I want to escape from it. I'm not really that worried. If I want to go to the gym and work out, I'll go to the fucking gym and work out. You know, and I'm pretty active anyway. I like sport. I don't like the idea of mixing two things like that. I think I don't want to be spending any more time indoors than I already am. So no, I'll go outside if I did do some exercise. It was just I think that's probably why it's not the motion market's not kicked off much more. Have you noticed that? It's all kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
Especially since Kinect came out, nobody seems to care. I don't actually have Kinect on my Xbox. Excuse me. I purposefully waited for a Kinect-less Xbox. So I'm not paying an extra £90 for something I'm not going to use.
I use it mostly for like
the only
volume
thing...
control, just like yelling at it for like Xbox volume up, volume down. Other than that.
But that's it, isn't it? Though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just more of a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's more of a gimmick than anything.
And that's when it works too.
And and it's the QR code scanning thing. That is quite handy.
Oh yeah.
I must be honest. Typing in the the codes every time I get something when I don't buy it online, that does suck. I'll be honest, but it's still not worth £90 of my money to buy it. It's really not. So yeah, I'll just deal with that. You know, it's one of those things. But we were talking about games anyway. I've gone off track a little bit.
Oh,
but yeah, there are some games that you just get completely lost in, and I love that part. That's when you know a game's really good, as well. When you can do that, when you can lose that time, and it sounds horrible because people think, oh, you're just wasting time. It's like, well, define what you mean by wasting. If you mean I'm not making money, then well, your arbitrary system for trade is just an illusion. Without people, you know, businesses wouldn't exist. That's why I had this big conversation with Scott a long time ago about it. I said, when I'm sure you've heard the phrase "in the interests of the needs of the business." That phrase, I hate that phrase. that because a business isn't a real thing. It's an idea. It's an abstract thing. It doesn't really exist. If you took all the people out of a business, what would you have?
Building.
Yeah, maybe you might have real estate, right? Yeah, you have physical things, but it wouldn't be a business anymore, would it? The business isn't the building. That would just be where the business used to be. So it's like an organization, and I always say the same thing when people like they personalize abstract things like businesses or organizations. I'm just like, no, you can't do that. That's so silly. But like the idea of an evil organization, I've always laughed at that notion. It's like, no, the people that in the organization are evil. It's not inherently evil by itself. It doesn't sit there and have evil thoughts and go, oh yes, I think we should gas a load of Jews today. You know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, that is an evil fucking company. There was an evil company like that. Their company was called the Nazi Company.
No, but there were people in it that made it. There were evil people in it. That's my point. It wasn't malevolent by itself. There were people making that decision. That's why they were all tried individually. They didn't try the organisation, did they? They tried everybody in the organisation. And that's why I always say this when people say stupid shit like that. Oh, you're not working. You're not a company man. I'm like, what's a fucking company man? If I'm a member of the company, then I'm a company man. Am I not? Like, if I'm not a member of it, then I'm not a company man. Then you can say that. So stupid. Abstract shit like that. Again, I rant. But it's funny though, isn't it? Do you think little things like that, and people just like they say shit like that all the time. So when people talk about games and they say, "Oh, it's such a waste of time," like, well, what isn't a waste of time?
Yeah, essentially. I think a waste of time for me is because I base my essentially what I did because I shouldn't say what I did because obviously I brought Kara with me, but not saying that she didn't make her own decision. Of course, I just took her, packaged her up, and brought her with me.
Yeah, just took her. Yeah, it's like something I'd taken.
It's just like we weren't happy. like literally, we didn't like our jobs. We didn't like where we were living. We were getting ready to buy a house and like saving money for all that shit. And we're like, we're not where we want to be. Like, let's just take all that money that we save for a house, pay off everything, and move and start to do something that we do want to do. You know what I mean? That's essentially what we did. And it's like a waste of
so brave.
A waste of time for me is something where I'm doing something that I don't want to be doing. That's a waste of time to me.
Yeah, you are so on the money. That's exactly what I was going to say. If you are, in my opinion, definition of waste of time is where you're doing something you do not want to do. That's a waste of time.
All other, like somebody else judging you based on what your waste of time is means nothing because it's not you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's your life. That's your prerogative.
Let me be
the
judge.
Mine. Yeah. Of my own life. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh god, you're so on the money there. So on the money. Yeah. But that's why I like escapism. As I said, like in games, when you get lost in a game, you really get into it. And that's happened to me a few times, like with certain games, especially RPGs. Like I really get into them because there's a feeling of power you get in certain games that you cannot get in real life because of socioeconomic problems. You know, like where you were born. You know, who your dad was. You know, who your mum was. Do you know what I mean? And,
yeah.
This goes back to what I was saying. This is what I was trying to make the point with Scott the other day. It's just like there are more nuances in real life than there are in a game or any form of art. There are far more because there are things we can't account for, things we don't understand. You know, there are things that you just can't quantify it. You know, and that's why I love games sometimes because there is a simplicity to it. There's no what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? There's no added unnecessary baggage for it.
Sometimes there is.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to record and then you lose all your fucking audio because you fucked up. Like when you're trying.
No, I mean actually in the game. Like, yeah. I mean actually in the game. That's a real life problem. If it affects your
first world problems.
Yeah, exactly. That is a classic example of first world problem. But yeah, it's so silly. Some people get saying that shit. But what would you say the first game was that you really got like obsessive about, like you really got into, and you just like, it's probably gonna be NHL, isn't it? Let's be
No,
honest.
no, not at all.
No?
I've had I got a lot of older. Well, I have a lot. I have two older brothers and older sister, and my oldest brother is 5 years older than me, and he introduced me basically to video games and comics and all this shit at a young age because he was, a few years older than me. So, I mean, I remember playing since Nintendo. My first game that I would probably be addicted to playing, and it was with my brother, would be there's a game called Silkworm. It was a side-scrolling like action type game on Nintendo, where one person was like a jeep and one person was a helicopter, and you just basically go to town, like just bullets flying everywhere, dodge everything. One of those old school type of games, and
Oh, got it, yeah.
that and what is it called? Archon. Do you remember Archon?
I do remember Archon.
Archon
yes.
is the
very vaguely, but I do remember.
Yeah, it was essentially chess, except every time like two pieces, like say your queen was gonna take over my pawn, instead of actually just taking them out, the two pieces actually got to battle. So you could, even though the queen was so much more overpowering than the pawn, you could still somehow win if you were lucky or just really good as a pawn.
I do vaguely remember it.
Yeah, this game was so fun.
It was an interesting game.
Right.
Interesting game. Oh,
go.
dude. I'm trying to think of what my first game I got proper nutty about. God, it's going back. Let me think.
How old are you anyway?
Proper nutty. I am 29.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you're not that much. You're only 2 years older than me.
Yeah. I would probably say, you know what? It's really bad. Probably Mortal Kombat.
Oh hell
my
yeah, dude!
competitive nature. Probably because of my competitive nature, and admittedly, I was nowhere near old enough at the time to be playing it, but I got good at it, like at an early age. Like the first couple of Mortal Kombats, I was so into those. That and Killer Instinct.
Oh,
the
Killer
original.
Instinct,
Oh my
dude! On Super Nintendo? Fuck yeah!
Yep.
Oh my god!
I was so good. Fighting games used to be my shit. That used to be it. I used to be a fucking absolute. Well, we went to Comic-Con here in London, Amanda and I, earlier in the year, and they had a Mortal Kombat tournament on, which I entered for a little bit. Didn't do very well. No, but all joking aside, fighting games is my shit. That's my shit.
Which ones do you play? Do you still play any, or like Injustice, or?
I've got Mortal Kombat X. I did buy Injustice. I liked Injustice. But yeah, I don't play that so much anymore. I don't play fighting games that much. I've got Killer Instinct on the new one for the Xbox One. I've got that, and I've also got Mortal Kombat X, which is actually very good. Storyline's not great, but the actual gameplay's quite well.
Now, that's the same company that makes Injustice, no?
Yeah. NetherRealm Studios.
Yep.
The same.
That's it.
Yeah, same people. Yeah, they make good shit. But yeah, I still love Tekken as well. I was pretty good at Tekken.
There's a game out in
not been so-
it's an arcade game only, which I am so pissed off at. It's called Poketen, and it's essentially Tekken and Pokemon combined, where instead of just being fighters, you're
Awesome.
Pokemon. But it's only out in Japan, and it's only for arcade. And it's like, what? Why would you do that? Why, this guy's gonna kick my ass by laying down on the ground. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude. No, fighting games is probably so Mortal Kombat with the first proper game that I got nutty about, but there've been several that I've got obsessive about. But now I've got to a point in my life where most games I get a little bit nutty for a while, and then I get bored, and then I move on.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll probably never play the game again.
That's why I didn't buy Mortal Kombat
get,
X. Yeah, it's for that reason.
Well, I bought it purely because if I have people around, it's something, it's a game that we can all play. It's one of the few genres that you can still, like, if you buy two controllers, you're actually going to be able to use both controllers. Since my aforementioned rant about Halo earlier, it's I think we're getting more and more unsociable with gaming. You know, I really think that, and it sounds silly to say that, but I think it really is. You know, because it's something. It's great. I mean, we're obviously doing this over the internet right now, but I've always preferred, having people like around me. Obviously, for us, it's logistical. I mean, it's just not feasible for us to do it. Otherwise, I'm sure we'd hang out. But point being, I like having people around. I like entertaining, like having people around, having a laugh, having a few beers. You know, I mean, best way to put it is like when you were talking about you and Steve when you were playing NHL. I'm assuming that was with 2 controllers. So, how annoying would that be if you could only? Well, we already mentioned it, weren't you? But only one person can do it. So it's fucking annoying and it's frustrating. And I find it that it's not being motivated for the right reasons anymore with gaming. The gaming companies are not interested that much in the user experience. They try to camouflage it with other bullshit reasons. Oh, we want to give you 60 frames per second, even though the human eye doesn't operate more than 30. You know, it's just like it's such a dumb thing. You know, it's just little things. Yeah, they camouflage it for their real reasons. We want more money.
That's why I think you'll really love Wii U, because I love Wii U because Kara and I just sit there and can play it for hours and hours.
I played on the Wii U.
It's so much fun.
It.
Exactly what you're talking about. Having 2 people in the same room is superior to playing online to me, because you have all these performance issues when you connect online as well that you wouldn't have. Some of my
we found out.
Yeah, some of my fondest memories when playing a video game is when my brother, like I said before, he's 5 years older than me, so he moved out and I was still living at home. I was about 16, and I would go over to his apartment with all his friends. I'd bring my friends. He'd supply the booze, of course. And we would link up like 4 TVs and have Halo going on in every TV, and just like a massive fucking tournament every weekend. It was so much fucking fun, dude.
Oh, dude, that sounds like the coolest shit ever. I did that for a little while with some of my friends, and unfortunately some of my friends weren't as good as me. So I always won. I got a bit bored after a while. But yeah, I did like the experience, like meeting up and having people round and stuff. I tried having another Halo tournament at my house recently, but a lot of people didn't want to come because I think they knew they were going to get battered. And nobody wants to play if they know they're going to lose. Yeah, but the thing is, they assume that because to be honest, I would probably put a mechanic in to stop me from dominating, but. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I like the social aspect of it. In the end, I had some people around. We played FIFA, and that was fine. Like, that was fun. We ended up playing a bit of Mortal Kombat as well, and some other what's that? And IDARB as well. Have you played that IDARB game?
I don't know.
By the way, that's some goofy. No, some goofy shit, that game. It's like, but it was fun. It was fun. It was a bit different, something different to play. Point being, we all had a good time. It was fun. You know, and that's what I think. Sometimes I actually get more stressed out with online gaming than I do enjoy it. I think. Yeah, I mean, we had it today, didn't we? We've had it a couple of times where it's just frustration most of the time. You're just like, this isn't fun. I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And
never had that, funnily enough, when you have 2 people in the same room.
And not only that, like if you're playing against each other, it's always nice to be able to hit the person.
Yeah. This recording, we are not endorsing the hitting of spouses, though. So we don't do that with Cara. I'm sure. Just clear that up real quick, because you were saying about playing with Cara earlier.
Yeah, but if you're in the NFL, you only get 4-game suspension. It's the equivalent of letting PSI out of a football. It's okay. I only deflated her a little.
It's fine. I didn't break any ribs. I purposely punched her in the gut because I knew it wouldn't break anything.
She could still talk. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's fine. No worries. Yeah, I didn't even punch her in the face. I've always found domestic abuse like really dumb. It's like, why would you punch your girlfriend,
right?
Or your wife, or whatever? It's your girlfriend. It's just like, why would you do it?
It's somebody else's.
You would go outside and key your car, would you? It's so stupid. I don't get it. It's so fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying she hit anyone, but it's even more stupid when you take that into consideration. You're not going to like her anymore after you've beaten her up. Like,
Or her, you.
know,
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. She's going to hate your guts. Well, she should do, unless you got some crazy bitch that gets into it. You know.
Yeah.
I've actually been out with girls that want me to beat them up. Like, I can't do it. I just physically can't hit a woman. I don't understand. I've got a mechanic that stops me from doing it.
Even the choking
Like-
thing, like, is like weird. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, it's weird, isn't
for
it?
me,
I
yeah.
just don't get it. It's just maybe we're just not alpha enough. Maybe we're just too passive. Oh no. Yeah, it's not something I've really. I've had a real problem with it. I've got a younger sister, and she used to like do crazy shit. One time she kicked me in the balls so hard I couldn't breathe. Now, if she'd been a dude, there's no doubt in my mind the very next day I would have gone up to her and punched her in the throat and be done with it. But there was a mechanic in me that stopped me from doing it, and it's not just because she's my sister. It's it's just the fact that she's a woman, and as much as we we might disagree on it, men have a physical advantage over women. Period.
Oh, yeah.
There's it's documented. It's not just about size; it's about reaction time as well. Men, have got like tens of a second faster reaction time than most women. Unless, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm going to have a fight with Ronda Rousey. She'd fuck me up. But I'm talking about in average circumstances. So I think, for me, that even that aside, I just can't do it. I can't stomach it. It's horrible. Just the idea of doing it. I actually got I get mad with dudes when they shout at their girlfriends and stuff in the street, and they get physical with them. And I'm not saying hitting them, but when they grab them or they try and drag them somewhere or something.
Yeah.
Like, we're going over here, and they get really physical. That's kind of gross to me. I hate that. Fortunately, I never fight with Amanda. Ever. I certainly would never do it to her in public. I've got a bit more control, I think, than most.
Oh, not me, man. I
That.
just beat the shit out of her in public.
Just head kick her.
Yeah.
You just walk up and Mirko Crocop her and just go, here you go. Deal with that.
Like Shaq.
Just like she's picking her teeth up from the floor. Yeah.
Sorry, we could super glue him back.
Oh. It's fine, no problem. You slam dunking her head, into the table.
Oh no.
I don't want to have to ask you twice. Next time I ask for a cup of tea, you'll get it me first time. Oh dear.
Oh, domestic
Well,
violence.
Never hurt anyone. Right, I'm actually going to get some food on that note, dude.
Okay.
I'm really hungry. All this talk of violence and hurting people makes me want to go kill an animal. So
If I can't hit her,
or
I gotta
eat
hit something.
a
Yeah.
pre-killed animal.
There's your alpha male
Yeah,
coming
gotta hit
out.
something. Yeah, gotta go eat some protein. Go lift some weights.
Oh,
Gotta be swell, son. Gotta be swell.
I just got invaded. I don't want to get
Oh.
invaded. That's not good.
Oh dear. Are you still gonna be online, dude, for a little bit?
Oh yeah. I was wondering where Scotty and Ash
Yeah, oh, cool.
is,
So
but-
that's fine. I don't think he's coming on tonight. If he's not on now, he's not coming on. He very rarely comes on too late. It's 9:20 here. There's no way in a million years he's coming on now.
Oh.
I think he's probably tired. He hasn't responded to my message either, so I suspect he's probably gone to sleep.
Yeah.
He's probably tired.
Alright.
So yeah, or he's probably, he might even be editing a podcast or something, because he's got loads of editing to do. I remember him telling me that. But yeah, it's all good. So I will be back interfrastically after I've stuffed my face. Another one of your great gifts to the world in McDonald's. So we live like 10 minutes away from a McDonald's, so it's fantastic.
Oh shit.
Naturally, I put it, it's dangerous for me because I've got a weakness for double cheeseburgers, and I can't not have one. It's like I couldn't do vegetarian or vegan diets. Couldn't do it. Bacon is too good. Double cheeseburgers are too good. Steak is too good. Chicken is too good. Yeah, just anything really. Anything that moves and I can kill it and eat it.
Better watch out, Amanda.
I'm well up for it. Oh no, I'm not gonna eat her.
Well.
Don't know where she's been. Oh dear. Alright, cool, dude. Alright, I'll see you in a little bit then.
Alright, man. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, man. We gotta fight this fucking thing. I'm not sure if this is an actual person or, like, just a spawn, but... Roll, boy. Motherfucker, how come they don't shoot at him, though? Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. Piece of shit. Well, on that note, I guess I died, so I can't talk to you anymore. Dead man tell no tales. Well, take care, guys. I have not been recording. Oh boy. Alright, bye.